Most bad RAG answers are not retrieval failures. They are diagnosis failures.
Exactly. Teams see an unsupported claim and immediately blame the model, or they add more documents, and both moves can make the system worse.
So the real problem is not just hallucination. It is not knowing which part of the pipeline actually broke.
Right. If you cannot localize the fault, you will patch retrieval when the prompt is the problem, or rewrite prompts when the answerer never had the evidence.
Give me the visible symptoms first. What does an unsupported claim look like before we start guessing causes?
4 common symptoms. First, the answer states a fact that does not appear in any retrieved chunk. Second, it cites a chunk that sounds related but does not actually support the claim. Third, it merges 2 nearby facts into a new false statement. Fourth, it answers with high confidence where the context is silent or contradictory.
So, if I ask for a refund policy and it says refunds are allowed within 45 days, but no retrieved text says 45, that is the cleanest version.
Yes, and there is a subtler version. Suppose one chunk says hardware returns are accepted within 30 days. Another says software subscriptions are non-refundable. And the model answers, all products are refundable within 30 days. That looks grounded because the words are nearby, but the synthesis is unsupported.
That is dangerous because to a user it looks polished, and to a developer it looks almost right.
Which is why diagnosis starts with artifacts, not instincts. Inspect 4 things in order: retrieval output, the assembled context, the prompt instructions, and the final answer fields.
Break that down. What do you inspect inside retrieval output specifically?
Look at the query sent to retrieval. The top results, their scores or ranks, source identifiers, chunk boundaries, timestamps or versions, and whether near duplicate chunks crowded out better evidence.
Concrete case. A support bot keeps inventing outage timelines. Where do you look first?
First, retrieval. Did the retriever fetch the current incident report, or did it bring back old postmortems because the query overweighted error terms and underweighted recency? If the wrong documents are returned, the answer is unsupported for an obvious reason.
And if the right document is present?
Then inspect assembled context. Maybe the incident report was chunked, so the timestamp and region list were split apart. Maybe the context window included 3 stale updates and 1 current update, and the latest one got buried. Retrieval can be correct, while context assembly still starves the model of support.
So the second trap is saying the document was retrieved, therefore the answer should be grounded. Not true.
Not true at all. The model only sees what actually lands in the prompt, in the order it lands there, with whatever truncation, formatting, and chunk labels you chose.
Now prompts. People love to tweak them endlessly. What fields matter when unsupported claims show up?
Inspect the system instruction, the answer policy, the citation requirement, and any fallback behavior. If your prompt says, be helpful and answer directly, but never says, state uncertainty when evidence is missing, you are rewarding invention. Also check whether the prompt asks for synthesis beyond what the sources can support.
Example.
Say your prompt asks, summarize the customer contract and identify likely renewal terms. If the documents contain only explicit dates and no likely terms, the word likely invites speculation. That unsupported claim is prompt-induced, not retrieval-induced.
Then there is the answer itself. What answer fields tell you where the failure happened?
Inspect the claim text, cited spans, source IDs, confidence or uncertainty fields, if you have them, and whether each sentence can be mapped to evidence. Unsupported claims often hide in connective tissue, words like therefore, usually, all, must, or currently. Those are leaps, and they need proof too.
So how do you separate likely causes instead of staring at logs and arguing in circles?
Use a simple split. If no retrieved chunk contains the needed fact, suspect retrieval or indexing. If the fact exists in retrieval logs, but not in the final assembled context, suspect context packing, chunking, or truncation. If the evidence is present in context, but the answer goes beyond it, suspect prompt policy or answer generation. And if the answer cites the right source, but the cited span does not support the sentence, suspect weak attribution logic or post-processing.
That creates a power shift. The team that can localize failures fixes them faster, and the team that cannot just keeps adding tokens and hoping.
Exactly. Here is one practical debugging pass. Ask, can I point to the exact span that supports each sentence? If no, mark the first unsupported sentence. Then walk backward. Was the span absent from retrieval, absent from context, ignored by the prompt, or overwritten during answer formatting? One sentence can expose the entire weak link.
And that matters, because unsupported claims are not just quality bugs. In internal tools, they waste time. In customer support, they create liability. In analytics, they quietly change decisions.
Yes, grounded systems are not built by asking for fewer hallucinations. They are built by making unsupported claims traceable, classifiable, and expensive to produce.
So, the winning move is simple but brutal. Do not ask, why did the model say that? Ask, which layer failed to earn that sentence?